Your tax dollars paid $1.3 million to study why ducks quack. This is government waste. The National Science Foundation spent $1.3 million on a study to understand the mechanics of duck quacking. Meanwhile, veterans wait months for healthcare. Teachers buy their own supplies. Roads crumble. But we have the money to figure out why ducks make noise. This isn't an isolated case. The government wastes billions every year on nonsense studies. Shrimp on treadmills. The mating habits of fruit flies. How fast ketchup flows. Every dollar wasted is a dollar taken from something that matters. Taxpayers work hard for their money. The government should treat it with the same respect. Follow for more. Your money deserves better. Under heavy fire, Sergeant First Class Leroy Petrie picked up a live grenade, threw it away, lost his hand, saved his brothers. In Afghanistan, 2008, a firefight erupted. A grenade landed near Petrie and two other soldiers. Without hesitation, Petrie grabbed the grenade and threw it. It detonated in his hand. He lost his right hand, but the two soldiers next to him survived. He was awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration. When asked about it, he said he did what any soldier would do. That's the kind of man we should be raising our sons to be. Not influencers. Not celebrities. Men who sacrifice everything for the people next to them. Follow for more. Real heroes don't wear capes. They wear uniforms. Free speech is under attack, and most people are cheering for it. Social media companies ban people for saying things they disagree with. Universities shut down speakers who challenge their ideas. News outlets label opinions they don't like as misinformation. The First Amendment protects your right to say things other people hate. That's the whole point. If speech only protected things everyone agrees with, you wouldn't need a constitutional amendment for it. The people who want to silence you aren't protecting you. They're controlling you. A country that can't handle disagreement is a country that's losing its freedom. Speak up, even when it's unpopular, especially when it's unpopular. Follow for more. Freedom isn't free. The Founding Fathers predicted exactly what's happening today, and they left us a warning. Benjamin Franklin said those who would give up essential liberty for temporary safety deserve neither. Thomas Jefferson said the tree of liberty must be refreshed with the blood of patriots. They knew power corrupts. They knew government grows. They knew the people would eventually trade freedom for comfort. Every generation faces the same choice. Do you hold the line, or do you let it slip? The Constitution isn't just a document. It's a promise that the government serves the people, not the other way around. When that promise breaks, everything breaks with it. Follow for more. Remember what they fought for. Young men are going back to church. Families are cooking together again. Traditional values aren't dead. They're coming back. Something strange is happening. Gen Z men are attending church at higher rates than their fathers did. Families are eating dinner together again. People are choosing to get married younger. They're having kids earlier. They're buying houses instead of renting. The narrative said tradition was dead, that young people wanted something different, but the data shows the opposite. When the world gets chaotic, people go back to what works. Stability, family, faith, community. These aren't old ideas. They're timeless ones, and they're coming back stronger than ever. Follow for more. The old ways are making a comeback. The Second Amendment isn't about hunting. It's about protection from government. The Founding Fathers just fought a war against a tyrannical government. They knew power corrupts. They knew the government could turn on its own people. So they wrote the Second Amendment. Not for hunters. Not for sport. For defense. Against anyone who tries to take your freedom. The right to bear arms is the last line of defense against tyranny. Every dictator in history disarmed their citizens first. Then they controlled them. The Second Amendment isn't outdated. It's the only thing standing between freedom and oppression. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Follow for more. Freedom requires vigilance. Rich kids already have school choice. They're called private schools. Why shouldn't poor kids have the same option? Every year, wealthy families choose where their kids go to school. They move to better districts. They pay for private education. They homeschool. But when low-income families want the same choice, suddenly it's controversial. School choice means giving parents the power to send their kids to the best school available, not the one assigned by their zip code. The zip code you're born in shouldn't determine your future. Every child deserves access to a good education, not just the ones born in the right neighborhood. School choice isn't a partisan issue. It's a fairness issue. Follow for more. Every kid deserves a chance. The Founding Fathers never intended for politicians to serve for life. That's why we need term limits. Some senators have been in office for 40 years. They've never had a real job outside politics. They've never lived under the laws they create. They've grown rich from insider trading and special interests. Meanwhile, they tell you to tighten your belt. Congress was designed to be citizen leaders, farmers, teachers, business owners, people who served a term or two and went back to normal life, not professional politicians who treat Washington like a career. Term limits force accountability. They bring new ideas. They break the grip of career politicians, and they remind Congress who they actually work for. You follow for more. Power should have an expiration date.